Hey, this is Spenser for Streampunk Sports. I'm going to give you 5 quick facts that you can use to impress your friends and figure out who's going to win tonight's Pittsburgh Steelers-Minnesota Viking matchup. Remember to like and subscribe below here on Streampunk Sports on YouTube, and you can find us on Streampunk Sports everywhere we have listed above except for Twitter, which is Streampunk Sport. Hold the S, only 15 characters. Alright, let's get to it. This game is being played in Minnesota at US Bank Stadium, where the Vikings are an impressive 29-16-0 since the stadium's inception in 2016. US Bank Stadium is also the home to the Minnesota Golden Gophers baseball team. Now, who's been born in Minnesota? Well, Vice President Walter Mondale, lone US member of Monty Python, Terry Gilliam, and of course, Prince. Prince finally got the Minnesota the Super Bowl victory they deserved when he sang Purple Rain in the Rain in Super Bowl 41. What an amazing performance. One Kirk Cousins is hoping to almost emulate today. This series is currently tied 9-9, dating back to 1962, including Super Bowl IX in 1975. In that game, Pittsburgh won 16-6 behind Franco Harris's 158 yards rushing with 1 touchdown. The last time these two teams met was Week 2 of the 2017 season. In that game, Big Ben passed for 243 yards and 2 touchdowns in a 26-7 win at Heinz Field. Now, let's take a closer look at Steelers quarterback Ben Roethlisberger. For this guy, I went to the Ionic Sphere, took some notes, and wrote down some really interesting stats. Ben Roethlisberger holds a solid 73-49-1 road record for his career, good for 5th all-time in wins, behind one Brett Favre. I guess you could call him a former Viking. He's 6th all-time in passing yards and 6th in completions. Here he lags behind Matt Ryan, who's 5th all-time in 12 less games. And Ben is 9th all-time in touchdowns. Lastly, and this is a good one, Ben is one of only 6 active quarterbacks who has a winning record against teams with a 500 or better record at the end of the season. Good job, Big Ben. The Vikings will be countering with Kirk Cousins, who's killing it this year with 25 touchdowns to just 3 interceptions, a 68.3 completion rate, and a QB rating of 106.3. Coming into this season, starting his career in 2012, Cousins is just 7-35 against teams with a record of 500 or better at the end of the season, including 3-16 during his time at the Vikings. The question that you need to answer when making your pick is, which is the real Kirk Cousins, the one who can't beat winning teams, or the Kirk Cousins who's off to a hot start? So who am I going to take? I'm going to go with the younger quarterback and take Kirk Cousins. Yes, he isn't as good against winning teams, but he has been better this season. Now, let's talk about the playoffs. Yes, let's talk about that for just a moment. The Steelers, who are 6-5-1, have only an 18% chance of making it to the playoffs according to 538. They have a 6% chance of winning their division. The reason they have such a low chance of making the playoffs with a winning record, there are 9 teams currently 1 game apart fighting for the final 3 wildcard spots in the AFC. Meanwhile, in the NFC, the Vikings at 5-7 actually have a 28% chance of making these playoffs. They'll be even better if they can win this week. The reason their chances are higher, there is only 5 teams fighting for the last 2 playoff spots, making it a much closer competition for the Steelers than for the Vikings. For Streampunk Sports, I'm Obi Spencer. Remember, you can watch this game along with us on Twitch on Streampunk Sports tonight, where we will, of course, comment and rant and go wherever we need to go in our conversations. Also, you can find us on Streampunk Sports social medias, all up in here, except for Twitter, which is Streampunk Sport. Hold the S. Until I get to see you next time, stay safe as we travel around Seoul.